A single bloom Pokemon. It's a fairy! It's so cute! What the hell is a fairy?
What's that? Is it Pokemon time again already? Well, there's another region that needs saving, and luckily I know just the girl for the job. My girlfriend has conquered the first 5 regions of the Pokemon series and is finally breaking into the 3DS titles. Pokemon X comes off the back of the generation that deviated the most from the Pokemon formula, and does its best to lean into tradition rather than subvert it.
Augustine Sycamore, a sycamore tree!
Many of the gimmicks and surprises waiting for her in Kalos attempt to build off of the generations that came before it, while still bringing something new to the table.
I get to customize the character! Wait, I'm so excited!
I think the closer she looks at the details, the more she'll enjoy what she finds. But most of all, I hope she has a fun time embarking on the next chapter of her Pokemon journey and evolves as a trainer in a mega way. The world of 3D seems so normal by today's standards, but this was a huge leap back in 2013 for the franchise. You can almost relive the migration through my girlfriend's cautious first steps in this new, uncertain world.
Oh my god.
Up until now, Pokemon has always been top-down sprites on a grid, but as she felt her way around the room, things started feeling familiar and less intimidating. Mom's downstairs, there's a Nintendo system plugged into the TV. Despite everything, it's still Pokemon.
I'm just gonna step on all of my electronics when I have to use the restroom in the middle of the night.
Once she got her land legs for the 3DS, she made her way outside because it's time to meet some friends and get this journey started. If you thought Unova was crazy for having 2 rivals, Kalos looked at that and was like, hold my beer.
So we're the 5 kids? Everyone, this is Tarny. Wow, Shadow's description was spot on. What, blonde with a red hat?
My girlfriend was already stunned that there were more rivals than starter choices sitting at that picnic table, but she practically fell out of her chair when they started calling her Lady T.
Can I call you Lady T? Yeah!
Lady T?
Lady T! This is hilarious! Lady T fits you perfectly. Yeah, because I chose it for myself.
Like all of these journeys, everything begins with the choice of a starter Pokemon. So strap in, because we're gonna be here a minute.
Oh no!
My girlfriend has played enough of these games at this point that I'm starting to notice a pattern of behavior. She picked 2 grass types, then 2 water types, and last generation she picked her first fire type.
Fennekin? Is this like a little fox? A fire type Pokemon?
Even outside of the girlfriend psychology, I was always sure that Fennekin was a shoo-in from the start. Cuteness has always been the driving force in her starter choices, and nothing is more adorable than a Fennec fox.
I mean, I don't think I can go wrong with any of these guys. Like, they're all freaking cute. I'm kind of feeling Fennekin.
6th gen is an interesting one because it released less new Pokemon than any generation before it. To make up for this, a lot of the classics get shown extra love with new Mega Forms, but we'll get into that later in her adventure. As far as she's concerned, the abundance of familiar Pokemon made Gen 6 sort of a greatest hits from her previous adventures. Not to mention, it was nice to see some familiar faces in the new 3D world.
A Pidgey is my first encounter. I think I know what you mean by there's a lot of Gen 1. Bitch!
This is evident right from the get-go, and as early as the grass on Route 1. As my girlfriend so eloquently put it, you have about every variation of Pidgey hanging out in one spot. Every generation has to have its bird Pokemon, and that list has grown quite extensively in 6 generations.
The Fletchling is really cute. I feel like every Pidgey equivalent is here in the grass. From all the gens, like they're all just having a giant party.
Since Kalos is committed to celebrating the old with the new, you get your pick between Pidgey or Fletchling. At least normal players do.
I'm going on an adventure. Oh, it's my rivals and my friends. Ba-da-ba-da-bum.
Since she's Nuzlocking, she's stuck with whatever encounter she gets first. And since Pidgey is hard-coded to always be the first encounter on Route 2, Finch is back in the party for the first time since Gen 1.
Ooh. Wait up, let's walk together. I feel like something exciting will happen if I stay by you. I mean, that tends to be the case. I kind of have fun wherever I go.
She's been Nuzlocking these games since Gen 1, and if you don't know what that means, I've already explained it across 5 different generations. The first encounter in a new area is all she can use, and when a Pokemon faints, it gets sent to go live on a farm and can no longer be used in battle. That's a pretty hasty explanation, but hopefully you can find your way to the beginning of her journey if you need a more thorough one.
It's a Pikachu! And they changed it to the show sound?
Easily the most overt difference between this title and the previous entries has to be the switch from sprites to full 3D models.
You just gave me a Pokeball. Thank you. I'm not used to people just giving me things in Pokemon. I'm not mad about it.
The transition to 3D wasn't exactly a difficult change for her to grapple with, but at the very least she was having a great time seeing the Pokemon with a new perspective. Some certainly made the change to 3D more gracefully than others, but thankfully most of the ones encountered in the base game look nice.
Miltank. I'm a little scared of Miltank's 3D model, not gonna lie.
The first gym comes up pretty quick here in Santalune City, only 2 towns after the starting one, but fortunately it's bug type.
Is Weedle's in for a world of pain? Because I started with Ember.
Her fire type pretty much dominated everything in her path without issue and more or less stole the gym badge from Viola rather than earned it. I tried to warn her it wasn't always going to be that easy, but for now she's sitting comfortably with Mozilla Firefox.
Yeah, everyone in this game is so excited to lose. They all are like, wow, you're strong! And I'm like, great.
Thanks for the badge.
Yeah.
That being said, the next gym is a rock one, so unless she wants to lose her starter, she better start hunting for a new Pokemon.
Oh my god, finally! That only took half my Pokeballs. I went through like 10 Pokeballs and like 4 potions. On a frickin' Bidoof.
The Kalos region is fairly generous with its encounters and offers a huge variety of Pokemon, even in a Nuzlocke. The roster of useful Pokemon somewhat helped by the addition of the new and improved Experience Share, which now functions as a key item and shares experience with the entire party rather than just one Pokemon.
I usually have to go out of my way to find it. And I'm literally like, I just beat 1 gym. And she's like, here you go. Throwing that shit on my, starter.
This change was a little controversial, as it's the first of many steps towards these games becoming easier, but all my girlfriend really cared about was having to grind less.
Wait, so EXP share works. I put it on someone that I want to share.
No, it's a key item now, so you just turn it on and it shares it with the whole team.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Actually?
I was a critic of the upgraded experience share when I first played these games, but seeing how my girlfriend used it has changed how I look at it.
Oh my god. So whoever I use, everyone is gonna get
They get
experience
shared
now.
experience, exactly.
What?
In games past, it seemed like the best approach was to build a dream team of coverage that you'd build around the individual member's strengths and weaknesses. The experience share made training multiple different reserve Pokemon viable without hindering her main powerhouses. This, along with the generosity of frequent encounters in these games, led to a fruit salad of useful Pokemon in her cast.
Speedy's been transferred to my house.
Ultimately, you still want that dream team to face the final gauntlet against the Elite Four, but earlier in the journey there's a lot more flexibility to swap members in and out depending on the situation.
I like Dickasaur.
Rather than just a solid 5 to 6 team members, she had about 10 that she would cycle between depending on what her needs were. Like a crucible in the kiln, the stars burned the brightest and stood out as potential permanent members.
I love the little fins that come out of his head.
All of this has happened, and we still somehow haven't met the professor yet. This region is interesting because the professor isn't actually the one to give us our starter Pokemon. Well, at least not our first starter Pokemon.
But Sycamore wants me to take another Pokemon with me?
After making it to Lumiose City, the giant metropolitan city at the center of the region, she finally gets to meet with Professor Sycamore properly. After almost getting completely bodied by his Squirtle, he has an interesting proposition for her.
Ah, Squirtle! Is he about to have a Charmander? Good lord.
She gets to pick one of the original 3 Kanto starters to keep. I wasn't kidding when I said this game was generous.
Wait, I get to pick 2 starting Pokemon?
2 starters in this game.
If it wasn't obvious, she didn't even hesitate to go with Bulbasaur. Fittingly, her first Pokemon ever has finally found its way back onto her side of the battlefield.
And I needed an answer to water! I can bring Baby Bok!
Gen 6 is filled with distractions, and after Lumiose, my girlfriend was doing just about everything but playing Pokemon.
Trainer PR videos here? That's so funny. Should we make a little PR video for me?
The Lumiose gym isn't open yet, but that won't stop her from taking the long way around. She visited about every coffee shop aside from the one required to progress the story, and kept causing car crashes with her roller skates.
Oh god. Oh god, no. Ah! There's not just a poodle dog.
This generation came in the wake of Generation 5, which meant Game Freak was kind of licking their wounds from the backlash they faced with the black sheep of the series.
Blinking weirdly, I'm getting some less than stellar vibes coming from him. He's staring off into the distance and monologuing.
It's notoriously a bad sign in these games.
Being the first Pokemon games on the 3DS, they decided to try a lot of new and fun ideas, but were also careful not to upset the status quo as much as they did before.
Whee! I found a secret. Oh, is it a berry?
With the new hardware, there were all sorts of fun, new, quirky things to do, and my girlfriend was all about it.
Okay, you ready for this? This is the one I made.
They should hire you.
I think they should.
As already mentioned, leaning into many returning Pokemon and heavily relying on the established fan favorites was the safe approach they opted for in this game.
Oh my god! I'm literally...
If you hadn't noticed yet, half my girlfriend's team was Pokemon she'd used before in Generation 1, and the nostalgia train doesn't stop here. I mean, we've got a Snorlax sleeping on a bridge that requires the Pokeflute to progress. Why fix what isn't broken?
Snorlax is just out! Do I need to do the pan flute? There's a lot of callbacks.
Somewhat comically, the first gym battle comes and goes in this game, but it takes literal ages to find the second one.
Kind of hard to believe I've done this much of the game, and I've literally gotten this singular badge.
My girlfriend didn't start complaining about it until she was 10 hours deep and realized she only had one gym badge.
Like, I haven't even really switched people's moves around that much because they're all going to be getting new moves. And it's so funny because I'm like, yeah, and I don't need to because I haven't even done the second gym yet. I was like, man, like, I'm like running out of money and like I can't buy that many potions. I'm like, yeah, you're not supposed to because you're in the second gym.
The game goes out of its way to throw all the new fun stuff it has to offer at you. All the while, the gym challenge falls to the sidelines in the opening act of the game.
I was like, man, I've done all this and I haven't changed my outfit. You know, I don't have a bazillion potions. I'm like, yeah, because I haven't even done the second gym yet.
Along with that came another uniquely girlfriend issue for me to address. If you hadn't known, Tara and I recently just moved across the country. Playing Pokemon X was something that was juggled in with the moving process. This meant that while I was hanging picture frames and adjusting the temperature on the water heater, she was busy working her way through Kalos.
They have like nice like stone pathing, which I'm sure is great for my rollerblades. I'd be rollerblading like,
The first couple of days I wasn't paying much attention to what she was doing, but the third day I finally sat down to watch and almost immediately asked her why she was playing the game in slow-mo.
Oh my god. Okay. So...
As a brief intermission, while I'm messing with Terran's settings, I'll take a moment to thank our patrons for helping support us to make these awesome videos. If you didn't know, we recently released a Patreon and enabled channel memberships. Both mirror each other with fun perks like cut content and voting power for the next Made My Girlfriend Play video. If you're interested in joining the list, it's a great way to support us and the channel, and we'd be eternally grateful. An extra big shout out to our sixth wheelers, Daniel Rogers, Gizmo, Isaac Vogan, David Webb, Shaneboy1888, and Cerberus. In other news, I figured out the game issue, but I need to make it girlfriend-proof before I let Taryn back out of the cage. While I patch this up, I'll also point you all to our Twitch. There's a link in the description, and now that we're settled into our new place, we've started streaming 3 days a week. Come say hi and drop us a follow if you can. Okay, I think I finally fixed this. So as it turns out, Taryn was playing at 80% speed without realizing it when I first noticed. Coincidentally, her recording hotkey is assigned to minus, which just so happens to be the speed down key. So basically, each recording session, Taryn was lowering her client speed by 5%. When I asked her why she wasn't confused about the sluggish music and the choppy animations, she told me she just thought it was like that because French people know how to relax.
I never would have known because obviously I've never played a 3DS game, like Pokemon game before.
I wasn't kidding when I called it a uniquely girlfriend issue. Either way, I fixed it for her after the second gym battle. But it's no wonder she's got a little jaded crawling to get to that badge.
Finally have the second gym. It's only taken me almost 11 hours.
Finally, with the second badge in hand, she can feel like the game is progressing again. These games definitely are slower to get started than the previous one she's played, and I'd be lying if that doesn't worry me a bit for when she gets to Gen 7. I guess we'll deal with that when we get there, but I couldn't help but laugh when she pointed out
I got the bike before I got the second badge.
Anyways, after leaving Sillage and working her way through Route 10, she had an encounter with a familiar grumpy face.
Princess! Ah!
Yes, Princess is back on the roster, but there's something a little bit different about her this time.
Fairy? Ah!
I've put off discussing it for a while, but it's finally time to talk about the Dawn fan in the room, the fairy type.
She's a fairy princess. Ah!
Gen 6 is the first one to introduce a new type to the game since Gen 2. My girlfriend actually never experienced the Gen 2 changes since she played the remakes Fire Red and Heart Gold respectively. Fairy typing is all in all much simpler than something like Steel though, and the most important thing to know about it is that it exists to keep the dragons in check.
I just like that Princess no longer has to live in fear of the fighting type.
Not only is Fairy strong against Dragon, it's also completely immune. Along with that, it's strong against the fighting and dark types too. Its only weaknesses are Poison and Steel, which makes it a pretty good defensive typing.
Because I used to be a normal type. Princess is like, oh, I'm familiar with those attacks.
For now, Princess will have a spot on my girlfriend's team, if for no other reason than to help her get practice learning the new typing. Given some time to level up, we'll make a Dragon Slayer out of her yet though.
Yo, Princess wants to evolve! Ah! She's magnificent.
A sentiment I've seen a lot about X and Y Nuzlocke is that the gyms are much less dangerous than the random trainer battles. Part of what makes these games hard is that they can really punish you out of nowhere if you're not paying attention. My girlfriend already faced some casualties early on from this exact thing, losing a Pancham and a Bidoof to otherwise unnotable battles.
I couldn't get away, no! Pursuit Cho!
I guess this isn't the flawless run yet, but we'll get there someday.
I'm sorry, Cho.
Ironically, although the trainer battles can be nail biters, the gym leaders tend to get walloped. She completely walled Karina and her fighting types just by having a ghost type who knew the move Gust.
It does not matter how much he raises his accuracy. He is not gonna be able to hit a ghost type.
With the defeat of the third gym, she can finally access the main gimmick of this generation.
Mega Evolution. A new kind of evolution that occurs in battle. What is this?
From this generation forwards, Pokemon games are going to start introducing gimmicks to try and outdo themselves. Kalos has Mega Evolution, which essentially allows one Pokemon per battle to change forms and gain a new base stat total, along with a new ability.
This is new.
These range from balanced to, well, not as balanced.
Oh my god. Whoa!
The game generously hands her a Mega Lucario free of charge, but interestingly, her baby Bach is also capable of Mega Evolution. It seems somewhat fitting that the Pokemon that started this all is the one she'll take even further beyond.
Baby Bach.
Baby Bach! Baby Bach is baby back! He looks amazing!
But enough with all the sentimentality. We've still got gym badges to collect here.
Yeah! Gym number 4 badge, baby, let's go!
With the 4th gym beaten, she's essentially hit the halfway point of the game, and the embargo on clothing has been lifted.
Whee!
I do like that.
Woo! God, can I have that just like from my bedroom all the way down to like the breakfast table?
Allow me to explain. Gen 6 is the first one to introduce character customization, and throughout the region there are clothing stores that sell different outfits on different days of the week.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I went in there to buy clothes and this woman kicked me out because she said I wasn't stylish enough. Are you kidding me?
My girlfriend limited herself to not purchasing clothes until after the 4th badge because she wanted to save up money to go on a shopping spree.
Oh, that would be such a cute purse. Oh, I definitely need to remember to come back here when I shop.
The 4th badge also conveniently lines up with the HM Fly, allowing her to fast travel back to all the previously visited towns and their clothing stores.
Oh, I really like the fly animation. I just hopped on. It's so fun. Whee!
Let the distractions and diversions begin.
Okay, let's go shopping. Oh, okay, I can get the stripey. I can get the purse. I can get the purse. That's the purse. Oh, this is a fun look. Yeah, so good. I'm back and I have money. I'm just gonna buy a lot of options. This is literally just what I would wear. I don't think my hair is gonna be any different. Nick, is this not just real life? I go to get my hair done and it looks exactly the same.
It's changed.
Because it just stays long.
This cost me all this money and nothing changes.
Once the shopping was out of the way, she could finally get back on track with the main story. The northern half of Lumiose City was inaccessible due to a power outage, and luck would have it, the power plant's located on Route 13. Since she's already on her way through, she can battle the evil team and get the power turned on. Maybe even grab a nice ground type for the upcoming electric gym battle while she's at it.
Jumper! Jumper!
Before she battles Clement, I want to take a second and ask a question for everyone. This gym is one of those quiz question ones, like Blaine's or Fantina's from past games. Does anyone else answer the questions wrong on purpose? As I'm sitting here watching my girlfriend wrestle with what the right answer might be,
No, but it showed like 3 pictures, and I thought that they were all Butterfree.
it occurred to me that she's actually taking these quizzes seriously. I always throw on these tests because I like the extra trainer battles for extra experience for my Pokemon, and this gym has always stood out to me because Clement's little sister totally calls you out for doing it. Meanwhile, my girlfriend's over here running through her Pokedex between questions like this is SAT prep.
The drama, was I correct? Yeah! I was correct! And the crowd goes wild.
Let me know if you do the same. But either way, my girlfriend made quick work with her Sand Shark.
That was a crit down to a 7. That was just a crit. That was just a crit.
It's not weak to steel.
Ground is not weak to steel, but ground is weak to crits.
With the Voltage badge in hand, she's ready to explore the eastern half of the region, and things are going to pick up speed from here. The next leader uses fairy types, which means she needs something with poison or steel if she's going to make a dent. Lucky for her, both Mega Lucario and Mega Venusaur have what she needs, so no pun intended, but pick your poison.
Baby Bach knows what he's got to do. Yeah!
We've been moving at a pretty fast pace here between gym battles, but there are some side quests to take care of before moving forwards. The first stop for her is the Poké Ball factory, where Team Flare is causing a ruckus again. They're stealing all the Poké Balls for their nefarious activities, and my girlfriend and her army of rivals are here to stop them in their tracks.
Are we double battling again? I love this. Yeah! We're neighbors!
After saving the Pokéball president from the Flare admin, she gets to choose a reward.
Yo, he gave us a big Master Ball. Or a big nugget. What the hell's a big nugget? Nick, what the hell's a big nugget?
The Master Ball seems like the obvious choice, but for my girlfriend it was too obvious.
Is this a no-brainer? What the hell is a big nugget? And why wouldn't I just go with Master Ball?
The good news is she gets both anyways. The game is once again showing its generosity.
Like, why would I choose a big nugget when I could choose a Master Ball? Then maybe if I was really struggling and I wanted to close.
Yeah, the one you didn't pick as well.
Oh my god!
This generation is so generous.
There are a handful of encounters along the eastern half of the region. Naturally, the routes are the main source of Pokemon, but there are also locations like the Frost Cavern and the Lost Hotel. I usually only cover the encounters that have a lasting impact on our team, so I won't go over all of them, but I will talk about the most important one of the entire playthrough.
A Clef Key? Wait, I associate this with Dark Souls.
Of all the games so far, I think 6th Gen was the one she knew the least about before playing. What I mean is she doesn't recognize a single Pokemon from Kalos. Well, except for one, and that one is Klefki.
Wait, a little Clef Key. It's like a little keychain. It's so cute.
The only reason she even knows it exists is because many moons ago, I used it in our very first video.
I think Master Key could be useful.
Little did I know that sitting her down to play Dark Souls one summer would translate to her being a Pokemon master 3 years later. That's gotta be the girlfriend story coming full circle.
I caught it. Ah, I have a little Clef Key.
Anyhow, Fairy Steel is a beast of a typing, so the newly caught Lanyard found a cozy spot on the team. As she got closer to the Frost Cavern, the scenery started changing, and she realized her crop top and shorts looked a little out of place. So it was time for a quick outfit update before getting into the cold.
What are you gonna do, Lady T? I'm gonna prepare for my expedition. Well, I think I better go to the Frost Cavern with you, but okay, let me go change out of this crop top. I'm feeling a little silly and a little chilly.
Shops rotate their stock every day of the week, so not only did she have a bunch of new stores to look at on the eastern side of the region, she also had to fly back to all the previous towns to see what they had on sale too.
I'm not tired of wearing swimsuits, just this one. All I need to do is buy a new one. She's onto something, Nick. I need to buy a new swimsuit, and I think I need to buy a red one.
If you're wondering why this game took her so long, a good chunk of time and Poké Dollars was spent in the stores. Once she found something a little warmer, she was finally ready to brave the cold.
Cute. Now I'm all ready for winter.
Frost Cavern and its endless legion of fighting-type trainers has notoriety as a run ender for X and Y Nuzlocke.
Oh, good lord. My heart just like...
I myself lost a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Y here years ago and haven't been back since. It seems like your typical Pokemon series cave at first glance, sliding puzzles and all, but that's where they get you.
Like, why does a Mienshao have Rock Slide? Yeah. Well, I was like thinking about that because I'm like, it's a fighting type, and so like the rock, I was like, I could go to Yubaba, but then like the rock would not be good for her flying.
As soon as you lower your guard down and get complacent, they pull the rug out from under you. The game has been generous, handing her many powerful Pokemon and items. But never forget that the game still knows how to play rough.
High jump kick, that's a powerful one. Oh! Are you kidding me? This little shit just high jumped kicked Damascus! My fucking Mega Evolved Damascus! This game is fucking dangerous! I'm getting out of here!
I wasn't kidding when I said random trainers are more dangerous than any gym leader in this game. It was bound to happen eventually. Handing the girlfriend an extra 100 base stat total adaptability Lucario is like handing a kid a book of matches. She's gonna just keep clicking power up punch until something catches on fire.
Oh! He was like my answer to so many things.
Losing that Lucario is a huge loss, but it may well have been the wake-up call she needed to lock in for the last 2 badges and finish things strong. She's still got another Mega in the party, not to mention her fully evolved starter is the Ice type's worst nightmare.
Oh my god, it's like Nintendogs, but for Pokemon! You're doing such a good job. Yeah, I should have done this when I was a little guy.
As dejected as she was after that major casualty in the Cavern, coming out the other side, the game attempts to cheer her up by letting her have fun on another ride section. And this time, it's one of her favorite Pokemon.
I'm riding a Shelby! Look at us go! Whoa! We're just going through the snow drifts. This is so fun. Oh, we're just backing it up. Okay, oh. Whee!
It's damn near impossible to stay upset when you're mowing through snowdrifts on a woolly mammoth.
Thank you, Shelby. You've been an excellent mount. See you later.
It's a good thing she changes some warmer clothes. That ride looked chilly. Finally arriving in Anistar City, the Psychic Gym is in her sights. We've discussed it at length in previous videos, but long gone are the days of psychic dominance in the Pokemon series.
Whoa! This is definitely a spooky Psychic Gym.
She's got a solid ghost type with Yubaba the Balloon, but there's one other trick she's been keeping up her sleeve for a while now.
I just love my balloon going boom!
Like an actual Led Zeppelin.
Little Nicosaur is all grown up and is packing Crunch for dark type coverage.
Yo, Nicosaur wants to evolve! Ah! What's he gonna look like? What's he gonna look like? Oh god, he's so cute right now. Dum, dum, dum. He looks so cool! Ah! Your Nicosaur evolved into a Terrandrome.
That, along with his ability Strong Jaw, gives all his Crunches the extra oomph they need to cleanly sweep the Psychic team.
And it's like it does so many. It's really cool.
As eager as Mozilla is to melt through the Ice Gym and claim the final Kalos badge, Team Flare is acting out again, so it's time to go and see what they're up to. After visiting their cafe at the center of Lumiose City, my girlfriend has to suss out the password in order to get deeper into the HQ.
You're running a major crime syndicate organization here?
And you chose Open Sesame. He might as well have chosen 1, 2, 3.
Gee, I wonder what sort of major crime syndicate would use a password like Open Sesame to guard their most sensitive information. What polyglot genius could crack such an impenetrable code? It's no wonder these teams are always getting their plans thwarted by a group of adolescents.
Is he fighting me already? Oh my god.
Boyfriend tangents aside, my girlfriend managed to battle Lysander and his cronies in the time it took me for that ramble. Ironically, I think the cutscene waiting at the end of this gauntlet took longer to watch than it took to fight her way here in the first place.
Those stones that line Route 10 are actually great to Pokemon? Good lord.
So what we know so far is they've discovered a weapon in Geosenge Town and intend to use it to end life as we know it and create a more beautiful future.
A war began? Oh my god, a Salamence. The man's beloved Pokemon took part in the war. Wait, I did predict a war, didn't I? It was like space and time. And now it's like religion and royalty. Like, I'm so confused. The next one is gonna be war.
Damn. Good call. There's a lot more to it than that, but my girlfriend's a little busy laughing at how the houses tumbled over on their backs like set pieces in a western.
That poor town. I like how the houses just fell on their backs. They didn't just like crumble to dust.
After infiltrating their HQ, my girlfriend faces off with Lysander again. Having just fought this team in the cafe, my girlfriend came into the fight with a plan. She was about to make Lysander look less like a lion and more like a little kitty cat.
So let's switch out. Earthquake. Nice! Yo! I was gonna Volt Switch into Baby Bach, but Speedy just took him out! Good job, Speedy! I brought my boyfriend to the battle. Nice. Good work, Negasword! Oh!
In the wake of her battle with the team leader, she fights through another horde of red suits, making her way forwards with her friends. Eventually, she makes it to the chamber where they're holding this version's legendary Pokemon. She has to face 4 admin trainers, but strangely, they all have 1 Pokemon each. My girlfriend made the great point that they could have made an admin fight who used 4 Pokemon, but instead they chose to do it this way.
It's also weird because these admins, there's like 4 of them, but they each have like 1 or 2 Pokemon. Which I'm not complaining again, I'm perplexed. Maybe it's because they gave me 4 admins though.
With all the riffraff finally out of the way, at least she can have her battle with this version's mascot, and in true girlfriend fashion, put her Master Ball to work.
This is amazing! Oh, this is a gorgeous legendary Pokemon. I love her! Yeah! The fairy aura. I freaking love its arena. I am almost sad that I'm about to just throw a Master Ball. I have a legendary! Ah!
Lysander's back one final time to try and put an end to my girlfriend's wrath, and this time he's even got a Mega Stone.
I too shall use the Mega Ring and Mega Stone that you researched during your travels? Wait, but I thought there was only 1. Excuse me, can he do Megas? He has a ring! Fuck!
It's a real shame he didn't show up about 5 minutes sooner, because my girlfriend just picked up a massive, souped-up fairy deer, and she's just looking for someone to test it out on.
Okay, the Mienshao was just gone. It's okay, I'm +6. This is the Mega? His Gyarados is a Mega? This is so fucking cool, but also so scary. He looks awesome. Whew. Come on, Moonblast. I'm so nervous. I knew, by the way, that I was gonna have to fight him again because he kept running away, and I always know that, like, you defeated me, like, it's like a whole thing. Like, I've played enough games to know that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna see him again, so I had a plan, but I didn't even need to do my plan because Patronus rolled up and was like, I'm the new plan.
With all the world-ending and saving shenanigans out of the way, it's time we get things back on track. There's one more gym to face, and after that comes the Pokemon League.
Yeah, there's just literally the crater. Oh my god. This is the time that I fought the evil team boss and got a legendary. Game
Freak loves to have these ice gyms be later in the game. Usually it's like the 7th or 8th gym, and I see ice-type Elite Four trainers a lot too. I think fundamentally there's a flaw here because ice is an incredibly dangerous offensive type, but with a ton of weaknesses as a trade-off. By having these gyms so late in the game, the player's bound to have had at least one type that's strong against ice, if not multiple.
Sneasel. Sneasel's Eyes of Dark, but I feel like if I just fire it, I'll be okay.
I'd be really interested if they ever had an early game ice gym, like for badge 1 or 2, and made players really have to think about how they're going to deal with ice attacks while being limited to their starter and the handful of underwhelming Pokemon available early on.
Yeah, I should give Mozilla the Flame Plate, since we're going to be in Ice Gym.
Imagine all the Pidgey clones struggling to deal with Powder Snow every turn. At the very least, it might do the ice type some justice for once. Or in my girlfriend's case, having a fire starter would let her torch the place, regardless whether it was at the beginning or end of the game.
Did I really just beat him? Okay. Well, I got the 8th gym badge! Ah!
Well, with that final gym badge collected, there's only really one reasonable thing to do next.
I need a new outfit for the league.
Obviously, it's time to buy more clothes and film another promo video. During her Kalos journey, she constantly cycled through team members. Usually by the end of the game, it's a matter of assessing the casualties and seeing who's left to bring along for the final showdown. But here it's actually the opposite. She had to glance over her crew and decide who was going to get left behind, because most of the reserve Pokemon were solid choices that brought something valuable to the table in terms of a team comp. All in all, she built a team she felt confident in and prepped for the final challenge of the game.
So I'm into the fairies. I could see myself running like a fairy type team.
With the Elite Four defeated, all that was left was the champion. Among all the characters she met on her adventure, my girlfriend was still clueless to the identity of the champion.
Who could it be? They keep saying her. What woman have I seen? I mean, this is glorious. This is gorgeous. Welcome at last, dear trainer. Oh, uh-huh. And when I saw her, I was like, she could be the champion. She's the Radiant. I love it. The Radiant champion. Ah, she's cool. I like her necklace. Hawlucha. I've dealt with some Hawluchas in my time. Bye, Hawlucha. You matched the room. She is a Nicosaur. Ah! Okay, maybe my water? It was a crit! It was a crit!
What are y'all doing?
Okay. Yup. Bye, Nicosaur! Nicosaur is a beast! Oh, this was the other Nicosaur. It's a really cool looking Pokemon. Bye, Horus! Good work, Speedy. Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah. Bye, Guja. Oh. Oh my god. It's gorgeous. I should have expected the champion to be able to Mega Evolve. Are you kidding me? Ivers is like crazy. Speedy outspeeds a Mega! Ah! It's moon blasting. Look at me go! It doesn't affect Speedy! Oh!
My god, she's figured it out.
Do fairies resist themselves? Like, can Mozilla take one more hit, or do I need to go to like a fairy or something?
Clever.
Clever, clever. We're good. Yeah. Choose the full restore. Whoa. That was so good. Because the poison did so much. I hung on. I hung on. I hung on. Yeah. Because this way it'll be slower. Oh, Speedy! You were my hero!
Don't let it be in vain.
Do it for Speedy! Oh!
That was for speed.
That was for Speedy! Oh, Speedy!
And just like that, my girlfriend has conquered yet another Pokemon region.
Look at me, all my team members! I'm a champion! And my dress is really pretty.
The world is safe, and she gets her happy ending.
Whoa! The honor of Kalos!
Well, we're almost at the happy ending.
It's the tall, mysterious man! Battle with me? Wait a second. Do I have one more battle? I'm munching on a ghost. I guess I could have just done it the first time. Oh my god! Wow.
The real pressing question is, where do we go next? I know Alola is beautiful this time of the year, but she only just got introduced to the Megas. Not to mention, she has some unfinished business back in Hoenn anyways. Maybe we'll let the patrons decide her fate. Until then, we'll just have to wait and see where her journey takes her next.
And wild shit happens in France. I saw the parade on TV. Professor Sycamore went all out trying to get everyone to show up for you, you know. My mom watched my parade on the TV. You couldn't be there? I'm just shaking my head. My own mother couldn't be bothered to go to my parade.